We are now heating up the stove and are joined by Will Sammon, who covers the Mets for The Athletic. And Will, as you know, the buzzword around the Mets offseason has been discipline. So does offering Kyle Tucker $50 million a year fit that approach or divert from that approach?
Yeah, it fits it and it doesn't at the same time, right? Because we're talking about Kyle Tucker, who you should be making some sort of exceptions for. He is the best free agent available. He is the jewel of this free agent class. So that's going to cost you. And for the Mets, it's probably going to be upwards of, 40 to 50 in terms of AAV, annual average value per season. And for them, like, if you look at it for what Kyle Tucker was supposed to be getting this offseason from some industry projections, he was viewed as somebody who could land something of upward of 400 million total. And so the way the Mets are viewing it, hey, we could swoop in here, be opportunistic, use Steve Cohen's resources, and land somebody on a short-term deal who maybe in a different offseason, maybe if he wasn't coming off of 2 injury-plagued seasons consecutively heading into his free agency year, perhaps this is not even an option for the Mets. But they were always a team to watch as far as a possibility for getting a star. It just had to be a situation where the market turned in their favor. And right now it's turning in their favor because they are among the contenders for this guy. And it's a pretty short list at this point from what I understand. It's them, the Dodgers, and the Blue Jays. And the Mets are sitting right there as a viable contender if Kyle Tucker wants that short-term deal.
If Tucker does agree to this reported deal with the Mets, that's one expensive outfield in Flushing. But on the field, how do you see Tucker fitting in the same outfield with Juan Soto?
Well, one of them is going to have to switch positions, right? They're 2 right fielders. So one will have to go to left field where there's a glaring hole for the Mets. Could be Juan Soto. It could be Kyle Tucker. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the Mets are sure quite yet which one of those guys would slide over to left field. I think that they think that either of those guys would be comfortable doing it. My question is that, hey, Kyle Tucker's not the best defender. He's actually taken a step or 2 back as far as defense goes over the last couple of years. Perhaps that could be chalked up to some fluke injuries, or perhaps it's just aging, and maybe he's just not going to be that guy. So for a team that really pride itself on improving their defense this offseason, it does raise some questions as to like why your outfield would consist of Soto in right field or Soto in left field and then Kyle Tucker occupying one of the other corners when neither of them are known to be good defenders. But again, we're talking about Kyle Tucker, who is an elite offensive player. So you then, again, you make those exceptions for that type of talent. So that's the way that I would see it. But it is a fair question to raise when you're talking about, one, the amount of money that you're going to be devoting to 2 corner outfielders, both of whom are left-handed batters and both of whom are not the best defenders on your team.
Yeah, well put. Run prevention's a priority until it isn't. Will, you were in attendance Tuesday when David Stearns had an on-the-record media session. Why is he so optimistic about the current state of this Mets ball club?
Well, I think he's looking at it not just from the current state of the major league roster, but really across the board from the whole organization. Like the way that he sees it, hey, you have 2 superstars in Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. You have guys like Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, Nolan McLean, who are young players who made significant strides, particularly in the second half of last season. And then in the farm system, you're viewed as one of the best farm systems, if not the best farm system in baseball. So from where he's sitting, there are some things to like. And you do also have some key aspects of the team that you would think, in theory, will be better than what they had last year, just in terms of health and just in terms of the amount of production that they're getting, whether that's from the rotation with Sean Manaea or just overall across the board, better defense and better offensive numbers with some different aspects of the team that are new, like Marcus Semien and whatever they do in the outfield. But as it stands right now, there's still plenty of work to do. The Mets realize that, but they do like their roster. I think that they would like their roster a lot more when the dust settles and all their moves are on the table, because there's still, like I said, plenty of work to do. They need to address the outfield, whether it's Kyle Tucker or somebody else. They need more pitching, obviously, and they definitely need to add somebody in their starting rotation, preferably in the first half of that starting rotation, to really solidify things.
No doubt about that. And now we all wait in anticipation to see who they add. Will Sammon of The Athletic, thanks for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.
Thanks for having me, Eamon.